Hey folks, I want to talk about changing hands on the ball. Certain schools, they have one or two methods. Each of them, they have one or two methods how to do this. The hand change is pretty simple, and the methods, well, you can count them. So first of all, there's a method where you change the ball like this, right? This is often seen in like Matayoshi Kudo. So this is the way to change direction. It's very fast, it's very easy, it's very safe because you have always control. One hand control, other hand loses, other hand control. One hand loses, control, other hand loses, control. So it's very safe. Then the next one is sliding. So you slide from one side to the other, and most of them they do the same. They say you keep the hands open and then you slide while always have contact with the ball. The contact with the ball provides you with a tactile information, so you always know where the ball is. But I do it a little differently. I let it slide, so with one hand always in the grip. So here, this is what I do. So this hand is always a fist, the other hand is going to open. So here. So this way you have always at least one hand controlling the ball. Right. So for this method, you need a little weight. So this is a standard ball. This is a standard Rokishaku ball with 3 centimeter diameter in the center and tapered down. So it's Asian oak. So it has some weight, some enough weight, right? Now if you use a much lighter ball, this is going to be difficult because you need the weight to control the grip while sliding. Consider this method where you always have one hand on the ball. It is not easy, you need a little training, but you cannot always expect everything to be easy, okay? So it needs a little space. Then another one, so this is sideways here in front. And then you can shift, and this I saw at Oshido Sensei seminar recently in Germany. So they do the same as Taiwan lineage in Okinawa, they do this here to the front, right? But the Oshido Sensei and Yamane Ryu of that school, they also do a shift from front to back on the side of the body. And here again, you're supposed to do it with the open sliding hand like this, which is kind of allegiant, very allegiant. But you can also do the, one hand, always the rear hand. And this you do when you have enough weight in the ball, you can do it like this. And in the end, it looks the same, and you don't see the difference, but it gives you a little bit more security in handling. For instance, if this would be a competitive situation, and someone else would just touch your ball, and you have the hands open, you will lose the ball. But if you have one hand, it might go like this, but you can still change it. You still have one hand in control. So you should figure it out. I think this is actually superior, and they know it. They don't teach it because, sorry, but most people will struggle to get this. So okay, what you can do on the right, you can do on the left. What you can do on the right, you can always do on the left. Either it's karate or jiu-jitsu or whatever. And we have this in historical European martial arts written down. It's called das geht zu beiden Seiten. It's found since the 15th and 14th century textbook tradition, the fancy instruction manuals. It's written in there, right? You can do it on the right side as well. The description describes it on the right side. The illustration shows it on the right side. But at the end of the text written, you can do it on both sides. Just so you know. And then of course there's the front change. This is also one that is sometimes necessary when you change to the other side, right? Well, you're here, and then you change here, so you can continue here with your technique. So, but this is also very, very basic. And here too, you're supposed to do it with an open hand, slide and catch it. And here you can do it as well. You can just do it like this. You see? But you need to wait for it. If you have a bamboo bow, it's not going to work. Okay? And then, in the end, it looks the same, right? But again, if somebody's going to knock again here, if this is a competitive situation, you at least have one hand on it. You can always optimize a method, for instance, like this. And also, if you want to move fast, you want to have a little more control of the where the bow is. And so it's always good to be with the one hand closed and the other hand open, at least a little bit, rather than having it both open, right? Yeah. Hey, it's